Bucko's Bounties.
Yo Bucko, it's Zero, come back to you with another figure review. Today we have another one from the Back to the Future Neca line. It's the 35th anniversary Back to the Future Ultimate Doc Brown. And man, this guy, I was waiting to get my hands on him. Now, if you're watching right now, you may know already that they just announced that Doc Brown is getting his Back to the Future Part 2 futuristic look. So that's going to be awesome. Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to get my hands on that. I almost thought about just like not buying any more Back to the Future stuff, but it's not even because I didn't want it. It's just because the releases are so spaced out. But yeah, I do have to open the 1985 Marty still, and the Battle Bands Marty just came out, so I'm deciding if I want to buy that. But you know what? If you like this video, we can get it to, I don't know, if we can get this to 1,000 views or something. I'm putting it out there. You know, if you really like this video, I'll go out buy the Battle of the Bands Marty. But anyways, let's take a closer look at this packaging. So yeah, bam, front of the box, you got your Save the Clock Tower, got local farmer claims space zombie wrecked his barn, you got the flux capacitor design, you got more scribbles, you got the mind reading helmet. This thing doesn't work. You got the goggles, you got your Back to the Future 35 sticker. Like I pointed out with the other boxes, they're all in different spots, so that's cool. Side of the box, same design as the other NECA Back to the Future. You got Back to the Future Ultimate Doc Brown. Here's your DeLorean, out of time. Got Ultimate Doc Brown. Marty McFly and Doc Brown experience the adventure of a lifetime in an unlikely time machine as they travel to the past, present, and future. Set off a time-shattering chain reaction that disrupts the time-space continuum. Then you have all 5 of the original 5 releases on there. Curious to see how that looks when I get my hands on Battle of the Bands Marty and this Part 2 Doc. But yeah, Back to Future Doc Brown again. Top of the box, Ultimate Doc Brown. Bottom of the box, unreadables. Bam bam bam. Get this open here. And I'm probably gonna have to show that off in the background, but in the background he has the clock tower, it looks like. So if I remember to do that when I get him out of the packaging, I'll do that. Then you got, again, the Doc Brown here with this little portrait photo. That's awesome. Alright, and Doc Brown is looking absolutely awesome, so let's get him out of the packaging so he can help Marty get back to the future. And just one last look, here's a slightly better look at that packaging. Now I originally thought it was the clock tower, but now it actually looks like the Brown estate. So yeah, that's his estate. I know you can't see it that well, but that's an interesting choice, seeing that they have the clock tower on this right here. So here's Doc Brown out of the packaging, and he is looking super nice. Yeah, so one thing, when NECA gets it right, they get it right. And this is one of those cases where he's looking freaking awesome. Now I'm gonna get into the figure in a second, because there's a nice bit of details going on throughout him that you'd miss. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just get into the accessories real quick. So the first thing, and because it's just the easiest accessory it comes with, is this wrench. It's a nice kind of like really nice paint job here. It has like the rusty look going on, mixed with this nice silver. That's super cool. It looks really nice. It's a wrench. I mean, it looks good. It's a freaking wrench. But yeah, that goes ahead, just goes right into his hand here. Bam. Easy fit, good fit. There you go. It's a wrench. Now he looks like he's gonna kill you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's really good. I really like that accessory. So even if I don't end up using this on him, I definitely will find a place for this on someone, because this thing looks really nice. I really like that rusty color on it. That's super cool. Holy crap, that really is a nice rust paint job here. Definitely tell it's supposed to be rust, so that's really cool. Very clean, very nice. And then his next set of accessories are swappable hands. So yeah, he comes with the 2 leather gloved hands, and this one's kind of just an open hand type of thing. I think you can hold some the paper accessories that he comes with in it, which yeah, I think that's what that's for, more or less. then his other hand is for the wrench, as you just saw. Fits really well in there. These things are super nicely done. Yeah, they're really nicely detailed, but he comes with two other sets of hands. He comes with the left hand, it's kind of open, or they're both kind of open, doing the same thing. They both have their watches on them. These things are super nice. Go ahead and pop those on real quick. Yeah, so there they are there. They are a bit hindered by the sleeves, so you really can't tell that the watches are in there unless you kind of like articulate it a certain way, which that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, the hand is super detailed. It's nice. It looks, you know, like an old man's hand, which realistically I don't know how old Doc Brown is, because like, you know, when you advance when you advance 30 years into the future, and yeah, he still looks the same no matter when. I don't know. But yeah, that's looking pretty nice regardless of the hand or not being correct, but whatever. But yeah, since you couldn't see him that well, just a closer look at him. The left hand has this nice kind of like, I want to say it's like silver banded Rolex or something, who knows. Looks okay, looks pretty nice. I like the silver there, it's pretty cool. And the other one has this, it's a kind of leather watch going on. Gosh, should be able to pick up the details, but it's really not. What the heck. But yeah, that's also looking super nice, and that's flipped the other way so that you can see it correctly. So that's super cool. And there's paint falling off of Doc already. Neca problem. Now getting into kind of his last two accessories, for the body at least, before I go ahead and move into the paper accessories he comes with, is his kind of screaming head. So yeah, you got the head he comes with is a nice kind of like, you know, like, damn, like the kind of like, you know, he messed up something and he gives him that stare. That's that animated face is really nice. That's really good. But honestly, I think this is where it shines, because I mean that just captures the pure panic when he realizes that something messed up. So that's freaking awesome. That's looking amazing. But there's one other accessory he does come with, and that's his goggles here. Now these goggles are super thin. They're nice, but they're super thin, so you're gonna have to be super careful with these. But yeah, you can go ahead and just I saw you slide this under here, get that around his neck right here. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a process, so yeah, slide that under his neck right here. Get that over his face. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think this is one of those things that could have been its own face mold or something, but because I definitely feel like, yeah, this is a one and done. Once this comes on, it's not coming off. Yeah, so yeah, it's over his face. It's not over his face well, but it is over his face. So yeah, if you want the goggle look going on, there you go. But obviously, you realistically, I know you want to have it. Yeah, once you get it down and around and then over his ears, you're gonna have no problem being able to do that. So there we go, freaking awesome. Yeah, that's yeah, that's what you came here for. That's a nice money shot. That's awesome. That is not coming off. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw that onto his body real quick. There we go. Oh my gosh, that is, yeah, that's freaking awesome. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's amazing right there. Yeah, that really does capture Christopher Lloyd's likeness really well. That's amazing. Yeah, I love that animated face he's got going on. That's if you see it's on the shelf, that's Christopher Lloyd if you've ever seen him. Straight out of the movie. Like, they pulled this straight out of the screen. This is awesome. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and get into his last couple accessories now. Yeah, there is a bag taped into the back behind Doc, so you might not know it comes with these. Hell, I pulled them out. I knew he came with these, and I even forgot. He comes with the blueprint for, I'm not really sure what that is, the estate? Or is that, I'm not really sure exactly what that blueprint is for. It's either his estate or the clock tower. It doesn't look like the clock tower though. Actually, no, it is the clock tower, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, but anyways, this thing is looking super detailed. So that's definitely going to be, I'm going to definitely have to find a way to prop that up in my Back to the Future display. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these paper goods that these things come with. You know, they are super nice, super detailed, super printed, but this is awesome, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. Now, I do have a smudge here. I think that came from just it being the packaging with the other letters and stuff. Then you have your don't open till 1985 letter that Marty gives him at the last second. That says, you can actually look right there. It says don't open till 1985. That's super cool. Not really sure what that says right there. Yeah, I can't tell it all, but I think that says Joe's Cafe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that says Joe's Cafe, but I really can't tell. Then you already saw on the back of it has the lettering pattern. That's super nice. Definitely not gonna let him rip this one up. I honestly wonder if they have the if they end up doing, which they will, and they end up doing his kind of radiation suit, you know, Back to the Future Part 1 look in his lab coat, if they're gonna give him a ripped up letter. But so we'll see how that works out. I wonder how they're gonna do that figure, because that you need to do that figure. That's one of the most iconic scenes of all time. But getting into the very last, but probably the absolute coolest of all these paper ones. This is probably the coolest of all the papers that come with any of these figures. It's the Flux Capacitor blueprints. These are so freaking cool. Yeah, you see Flux Capacitor written right there. You get all your little equations, which I have no idea because I suck at math. This looks wrinkled up already, so yeah, even though it's a straight paper, it looks wrinkled up already, so if this gets a little messed up, it's not going to matter too much. But yeah, that's really nice design. That's freaking awesome. I kind of wish that this had come how it was packaged, or it was kind of just taped on here or something. I do and I don't wish that at the same time, but yeah, these are awesome. I have to figure out what to do with these. I think you might be able to get him to hold, can he at least hold the letter? If you pose it right, you can kind of get him to hold the letter, but that's gonna, yeah, drop out at a certain point. But you can kind of get him to hold the letter, but at the same time, if any gust of wind hits that, it's not gonna stay in very well. Alright, and we're gonna get into the figure, but just real quick, I'm going to do a better look at both these head sculpts before I decide. We are going to use this head sculpt for the rest of the review, because I've decided I'm going to display him with this head sculpt for now until I decide to change my mind later. But yeah, we're going to use this head sculpt for the rest of the review, just because I don't want to be moving this one around too much, especially with the goggles on. Like, taking this on and off makes me nervous, even though I know it's really not going to mess it up too much. But yeah, definitely this is they both look really good. These are awesome head sculpts, which, don't get me wrong, I like this head sculpt, but this is the one that I want him to display it with. So I'm gonna put that on later, but for now, pop this head back on. So just for starters, you do have the head gash on both of these, but this one's slightly more healed. I'm not really sure if it's supposed to be like that in the movie or not. I haven't watched it in a couple months, but yeah, so no bandages on this one. But honestly, if that is or isn't accurate, you're just gonna put the goggles up over his face anyways, most likely. Yeah, getting back into this one, the eyes are super nicely detailed. Yeah, like I said, it looks like Christopher Lloyd. You're not gonna have any problems with the likeness on this one. Then getting down, he has this trench coat going on, super nice, super nicely detailed. You know, things you expect from Neca. I don't have any paint chips falling off the gray yet. I have had a few fall off the brown and the leather gloves. So, and then you got your buttons, which are kind of poorly painted up here, but and they're done in that like brown beige color. Then I have his leather gloves on, and these are honestly the superior hands in this. I do like the regular hands, but yeah, these things are super nicely detailed. So of course I'm probably most likely gonna have him displayed with these on, unless I choose to recreate a certain scene or something with this figure. Then you have your undershirt, you know, your oldie undershirt kind of thing. It's very nicely detailed. Yeah, with the yellow and black. So that's really cool. That printing does not go all the way to the around to the back, unfortunately. So it does stop halfway, but realistically, you're not going to see his backside. So I understand why they did that. Got your black collar. Bam. Then you have your pants. These are super nicely textured. Yeah, this looks like straight out of the movie. He looks straight out of the movie, honestly. Pants, shirt, lab coat or trench coat, and everything. Then you have your socks, and these I really like the texturing on the socks. Now I'm not sure if that black was intentional or just to make it look like it's better, more like socks, but that's kind of cool how they did that. Then you got his shoes here. Shoes. Very nicely done with the leather straps. And then on the other side you have your rip here from where he got caught on his pants. So where the line got caught on his pants or whatever. Or was that what happened? Yeah, the line got caught on his pants. So that would have been cool if they included like a plug, but honestly that's just something that if you want to make a diorama or something, you could do that. So that's freaking cool. Very nice detail. And that's about it in terms of him. So we're going to go ahead and get into the articulation. Now the articulation on these NECA figures is always hit or miss. So yeah, so you got your neck. Does it move? Yeah, so the neck moves. Yeah, the neck does move, so you can position it how you want. That's going to be kind of annoying because the trench coat's in the way, but yeah, the neck does move. Then it goes into a dumbbell joint and goes up to the head. So bam, get a decent amount of movement, articulation here. Pretty much where he's going to need to look, you know. Pretty much what you'd expect from this. And then you have a double jointed elbow. And yeah, that's really good articulation, honestly. For some reason I wasn't expecting it to be that good. And it's smooth. Yeah, I don't have to fight with it, so I mean, for NECA it's smooth. Like, that's really smooth. Usually I have to fight with these kind of joints. I'm not sure if it's just the way it's sculpted, but you are getting, oh yeah, you're getting more up on this side. And then both of these double jointed elbows actually twist around, so they're on a hinge and swivel. So that's really freaking cool. So yeah, again, more articulation than yeah, you get the articulation that's really nicely done. I like that a lot. Then you have a hinge and swivel at the wrists, and both sets of wrists go the same thing. They go in and out, so left and right on both wrists, and that's all 4 of the hands do that. Then I want to say you have a torso swivel, which I'm not really sure how that's working, so that's interesting. Then you have your legs go forward that far, back not too much, out this far. Of course they're going to be hindered by the jacket. Then you have a single jointed knee. Bam, it's on a hinge and swivel, so bam bam. I'm not used to figures not having thigh swivels. Then you have a hinge at the ankle. Oh god, that is stiff. Yeah. And a forward-facing pin for rockers. And yeah, there's another hinge that goes up into. Is it only on this side? No, it's on both sides, so that's kind of cool. I didn't even realize. So yeah, you move that sock in there, that continues. So that's a really nice detail right there. That's awesome. That's freaking cool. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the 360 view of this guy. going to show him off next to some other figures. So here he is next to Part 2 Marty McFly and Biff. And since I don't have any other NECA figures and there isn't really many Back to the Future figures, here he is next to the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper and Lord Vader. And as always, here he is next to Luke Skywalker Squawker and Old Left Limb. And of course, this is a hands down must have for any Back to the Future collector, especially if you're thinking about getting into the NECA line. Go ahead and just buy this one. I feel like this is going to be one of the best overall of the Back to the Future figures. His face sculpt is amazing. Now they are making the Part 2 future version of Doc, and that looks awesome, but it is in that wacky suit, so it's cool, but yeah, you don't want that to be your only Doc. You need to have this Doc. Now I can't wait until they make like him in a radiation suit. I also can't wait to see them do Part 3 figures, because they're not touching Part 3 right now. I don't know if they're just not going to do it or if they're just waiting to do them all at the same time, but I really want the Part 3 figures, especially I want that Clint Eastwood, and I really want to see Doc Brown in his Western gear with his like sniper rifle and all that good stuff. So can't wait to see what they do in the future of this line. It's already fleshing out really well. So anyways, you can bring them in warm or you can bring them in cold. Thanks for watching and good hunting.